traveling with family.
Is it springtime?
Yep.
What do you got out to drive now?
My four-wheeler.
Did it have a long winter break?
Yep.
All right, go test it out.
Wow, that is the place.
Hey, this is like NASCAR.
Yeah.
Except you turn
left.
Except you turn right.
They run it the other day down there. Doing the Talladega fight down there the other night.
Okay, do it again. All right, well, it's getting warmer out every day. We're getting closer and closer to doing spring work. First, we're going to be doing a little bit of tillage, so got to get my disc all ready, get it checked over, get it greased. Greasing, I think, is my least favorite job, like I've said before, but it's a very necessary part so you don't have bearings go out and wear parts wear down faster. So just getting a few of these things checked over, and then we'll get the tractor greased and have this all ready to go. So when I mainly use it, I don't normally like till a whole field because we do mostly no-till practice on this farm, just for how it works for our weed control, for our moisture savings. But what I mainly use this for is when it's going to be wet this spring, there's going to be a lot of wet spots. If I can disc around each of those wet spots, I can usually plant anywhere from 20 to 60 feet closer, so it's just that much more crop I can get planted. So that's what I mainly use this for, and otherwise I use it for smoothing out if there was ruts made, or if water washed gullies and that kind of thing. So just kind of get the field prepped. So apparently this grease zerk is froze up. I took the actual zerk out, and that has grease go through it just fine. So I'm gonna have to get my pick and try to there must be some dried up stuff way down in there. So once in a while you come across those, they sit out over the winter time and then they get dried up. So we'll get that one unclogged. It's pretty dried out down there, but sometimes if you can just pick a little hole through, get the grease to flowing, it'll bust the rest of it free, and then it'll accept the grease. This isn't a super high wear spot, it's just where I fold the wings of the planter up, but nonetheless, if it has grease zerk, better put some grease in it. All right, it's working good. It just takes a little bit extra patience and persistence. So I got the disc all done. There's a little bit more, a few parts that I ordered that I need for it, but nothing major. Now it's on to doing the tractor part. So I gotta do all these bearings in the front end, all these grease zerks. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I think, on each side, plus in the middle where it pivots, and the other side. So we'll get this done. I just had this all rebuilt last year. All these knuckles were wore, and the whole inside had that all rebuilt because it was leaking, and the hubs and everything rebuilt. So want to keep it nice and lubricated. So when I do greasing, I try to be somewhat systematic and go from one side to the other. Come on, grease gun. I just put a new tube in this, and sometimes it gets air pockets in there. All right, time to figure this out again. All right, try number 2. Good deal, it works. Now underneath here. Doesn't take a lot, but you still got to do it. I gotta come around to the front. And get these pieces over here. See if you can see in there. There's one up there, one in there, one in the bottom up here. So a few more to do. I might have to start the tractor up because you got to have these at the right angle so you can get your deal in there. We'll see what I can get done on both sides, and I'll move the tractor if I need. So I was able to get all of them. Some of these you hit from the top and the bottom for the same thing, just to get the grease all around everything. But like in this pivot point here where the wheel turns, there's actually, it's just a big metal ball on the top and a big metal ball down here. And that's just kind of what you tighten it up together, and then that's what it pivots on. So we replaced those. So it was kind of cool to see how this all looked when it all came apart, and then all the guts of the front end. And I replaced this bushing up here. That's a common one to, I don't know, it just seems like it never gets greased enough. And all your weight from the front of your tractor is sitting on here. So we had this bushing rebuilt and put a new pin and bushing in there. So now I just make sure to grease that about every other time that I fuel it. So I was going to tell you about a cool product that I've started using on the farm that I found. It's called Outback Wrap, and it's just made out of poly, and you use it for either electrical lines or hydraulic hoses. So you can take your hoses with it. It kind of adapts to almost any size hose. They make it in different sizes, but I found you can buy a box of, I think it's like 100 feet of it. So then I take that anywhere my hoses might rub on something. That's usually what wears hoses out. That and the sun baking them. But anywhere it rubs, I try to put this stuff over it. And then it rubs on here, which will take a long time to rub through. So I've started using that for most of my hydraulic hoses, especially when they, go around a tractor, they're sitting on something, or they have to hang from somewhere. Instead of using a piece of wire and wearing a hole in the side of your hose, then I like to use this, because hydraulic hose is not cheap, and this stuff is pretty affordable, so I like to use this stuff. So like I was saying, to put it on, I'm going to do both hoses with this. We just take it and just curl it around right where you want it. I could probably use, a bigger size for this, but it just kind of adapts to what you want it to. Holds them together, it organizes them, and protects them. So there. Now I can take my wire, loop it through one of these, and I can hold it right here so it's out of the way, it doesn't get caught in when I'm tilling. And on the arts and crafts portion of the video, got to put the new weather stripping on this access door, or window door that goes on the right hand side, just to get stuff in and out of the cab if you need to from that side. But we done the whole cab kit, and I thought I ordered the seal that goes for this, but apparently I didn't. So I just got some weather stripping, cleaned it all up. Got to put one more piece down here, and then I think we're gonna put a piece along here, and that'll sandwich in, and probably a piece along here, and that'll all just close up together. Because I went to wash it and water started coming in, so realized we must not have gotten a seal for that. So not too hard of a fix, and then this thing should be pretty airtight. Shouldn't get a lot of dust in there like last year. Dust was just pouring in there. Got that done, went back together pretty well, sandwiched in there nice, so should be watertight, airtight hopefully for the most part. But we'll see what else there is to get ready. So this thing's all ready to go next week. So Vaughn has his spring concert tonight, so we're gonna stop a little bit early. But before we're go inside and get ready for it, we're gonna play a little bit of catch. Okay, buddy? That's far enough. Good job. So we'll check in tomorrow. got some new scrapers for the disc. They mount on here. Let's see, maybe this way. They mount here. And then as these go around, if there gets a little bit of mud caked on there, these sit right next to them, and then it just scrapes the mud off and keeps your disc clean. Because otherwise they'll just plug up, this whole thing will plug up with mud, then you won't be doing anything. So this one was worn down / broke. So that's the old one. This is how long they're supposed to be. And so they just hold in with a roll pin. So I use my air hammer to get them out. That works pretty slick. I just got to loosen this bolt so I can bring this out a little bit. It won't quite fit on there, so we'll get that adjusted and then put the new one on. These things are like cymbals when you bang them with something. Alright, so I'll just hold it right there where I want it. We'll see if we can get the new roll pins started in there. These roll pins, so they're just spread a little bit. Then you put them in, it closes them up, and that holds pressure so they don't move back and forth. All right, come on. Maybe from the back side, actually. Alright, I'm gonna have to adjust this. Let's see. This might get tricky. I gotta hold it back so it's not putting so much pressure on there. That's where it needs to be for now. Thinking about it. This thing is being tricky. There we go. Took a little gumption, but they got in. Now I'll, let's see, adjust this so it's not quite rubbing on there, but it's just right next to it so it can scrape the dirt off easily enough. That one's done. It's just right next to there, so it's not touching, but it's not too far away. Roll pin sitting in there nice. So I think 3 more to go. Got all my scrapers on. I'm gonna just check all the air in the tires, and tomorrow we might actually go do a little bit of tillage. So we'll go check that out tomorrow and find a little few places that need to be worked up and get those ready for planting. But we'll check in tomorrow. So I have a little bit of soybeans left. There's probably 150, 200 bushel in here. But I'm gonna grind a little bit of it for chicken feed to have on hand before I take the rest to town. Then I just blend that in with you know, their ground corn, oats, and wheat screenings. So gets a little bit extra protein. and then the rest will go in the truck and we'll head to town. So first I got to go get the grinder mixer, get that over here. I'll probably do about 20 bushels of it. Then I have plenty to use throughout the rest of the summer until fall comes. So we'll go get the grinder. Also yesterday we put out the cows. They're back over in the corn stalks, finding some yummy treats to eat. So we'll leave them on there until we plant that into soybeans, and we'll put them in pasture. That'll be pretty good. Just shovel right into here from the bin. Got to wear my boots and I just wore my tennis shoes. Got a bunch of beans in there. Don't worry, the chickens don't mind. Just a little foot odor. Chickens are gonna love that. Now to get the rest of that corn and beans out of the bin. Since I got 2 hoppers on the semi, I'm gonna do one in the front, one in the other, and just take them both to town and make one trip out of it. So. Hopefully that's the last cold start of the year. Should be getting warmer after this. Down to the last of the soybeans for the year. I wish I had another 20,000 to load, but this is where it ends. A little bit left. Not quite as much as I thought, but probably about 150 bushels. So we'll get this to town. The corn is in that bin, so we'll get that loaded. That's even less, but I got some on a truck that I kind of want to put on here and take at the same time. Back in right now. Got my bins all done, and then they brought out my seed corn. So I got let's see, it was around 50. Hold on, I can find it. 1 second. I found my delivery ticket. I got 51 of this variety. It's a cropland. It's an 89-day corn. So the day relative maturity day. That's just how long, estimation of how long it takes to grow. It's not exactly 89 day, but it's just kind of on their scale where they put it. 89 day for around here, that's kind of typical. The longer day you go, the longer it's going to take to grow, mature, dry down. For our growing season, at least for me, it works good to have about that 89 day corn. Some people do up into the 90s, but then they might also have bins and drying capabilities where they can dry it down, where I don't have that, so I need it to come out of the field like 19-18% moisture or less. So this is the little bit longer day variety, and this is the other variety. This is an 82 day, so it doesn't take quite as long to grow and dry down, but this is supposed to be better on sandier ground and in drought conditions. The one field that I'm going to do, it has, out of all my fields, it has the most sandy ground. So just in case we don't get, ample amounts of rain, I'm going to put that in that piece of ground, and then the 89 day in my other 2 fields that I'm planting. And I mean, maybe if we have plenty of rain, it should do just fine, but you always gotta kind of bank on the safe side just in case we don't get that rain. It can still hang on and actually produce a crop this year. So, and that one I got 20, and I'm supposed to get about 4 more. So almost have all that here, but I'll be going through the corn planter here in the next couple weeks. So got it in here, then we get unload it or load it into the pickup and load it into the planter. So gotta handle it a couple more times, but get my workout for the couple days there. Oh, another fun fact, everyone should guess how much one of these bags of corn costs. So for the population I do, which is around 25,000 seeds per acre, I think it does around like three something acres per bag. But anyways, everyone should guess how much how much one of these bags costs and see how close you can get. Well, gas is getting pretty expensive nowadays, so gotta start riding the bike to the field. Just kidding. Gotta go pick up the 4-wheeler. Didn't feel like towing it home, so I'll just ride the bike. At least it's downhill this way, and the wind's on my back, so it's a good day. Got the load hauled to town. Had about 100 bushels of beans, 100 bushels of corn, so all that stuff from 2022 is all gone. But now I'm just gonna unhook my semi-trailer, just putting it back here in my hay fence area so it's out of the way. So I'll get this jacked up and unhook it, then get ready to hook up my spray trailer. That came off nice. Now I can go bobtailing. Tell people what we're doing.
We're going to pick up something, and then we're going back home.
Show them outside so they can see.
And that's the chicken coop.
diggity, got that one. So the last thing I was going to tell you in this video, I started my own beef website. I have been working with a company for the last couple months to get a public website set up with a store so I can sell my beef more publicly and reach more people. So if you want to check out my website, it's j&sheinrichfarm.com. So J, the word and, S, Heinrich, Heinrich, farm.com. So you can go there and check out and read about my practices and a little bit more about our farm and our history, our family. And then there's various links in there to get to the store that you can look and see what products I have for sale, prices, different descriptions about products. So if you are interested in some good grass-fed beef that's been home raised its whole life, just go and check out my website. We haven't done shipping yet just because it's to overnight stuff. It's super expensive, but if there is the rare occasion that someone really does want some and they're willing to pay that extra shipping, we can do that too. But for now, we've been doing just local pickups on the farm, and then we'll be delivering to different towns for pickups kind of things. So if you want to go check that out, I would love it. Thanks. And thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, like and subscribe and share it with your friends. Thanks again. Have a good day.